Frequent nighttime urination, medically known as nocturia, is a condition that affects millions of individuals across all age groups, though it becomes significantly more common as people grow older. Many assume waking up at night to urinate is simply a part of aging or a minor inconvenience. However, the reality is that nocturia can have a serious impact on one's overall quality of life, especially in terms of sleep, mental clarity, and long-term health. When the body's natural rhythm of rest is repeatedly interrupted due to the urgent need to urinate, the consequences can be far-reaching. Sleep is not just about rest. It is the time when the body goes into repair mode. During deep sleep stages, critical processes such as hormone regulation, tissue regeneration, immune strengthening, and memory consolidation occur. If these stages are cut short night after night, individuals begin to experience cumulative sleep deprivation. This isn't just about feeling tired the next day. Ongoing poor sleep quality can lead to mood disturbances, cognitive decline, weakened immunity, weight gain, and even increased risk of chronic diseases like hypertension and diabetes. Nocturia also interferes with the body's circadian rhythm, our internal biological clock that regulates sleep and wake cycles. When this rhythm is repeatedly disrupted, it can throw off not only sleep patterns but also metabolism, digestion, and hormonal balance. Many people who suffer from nocturia find themselves stuck in a cycle. They wake up feeling exhausted, they rely on caffeine or stimulants to stay alert, and by nighttime, they may either be too wired to sleep deeply or fall asleep quickly only to be woken multiple times again. This cycle perpetuates physical stress and mental fatigue. Beyond the physiological implications, nocturia can have a deep emotional and psychological toll. Individuals may begin to dread nighttime, anticipating the disruption it brings. For some, the fear of not reaching the bathroom in time can cause anxiety, especially among older adults. This anxiety often becomes self-reinforcing. Worrying about waking up leads to shallow, fragmented sleep, which then makes it easier for even a mild urge to urinate to interrupt rest. Over time, nocturia can also strain relationships, particularly for those who share a bed with a partner who is also disturbed by the frequent awakenings. Another critical point to consider is the potential safety risk, especially in older adults. Waking up groggy or disoriented to use the bathroom increases the risk of falls, which can result in serious injuries. This is one reason why addressing nocturia is not simply a matter of comfort, but of safety and long-term wellness. It's important to recognize that nocturia is not always caused by a single factor. For some individuals, it may be linked to dietary choices, such as consuming excessive fluids before bed or eating bladder-irritating foods. Others may be dealing with an overactive bladder, enlarged prostate, urinary tract infections, hormonal imbalances, or even uncontrolled blood sugar levels. Certain medications can also contribute, including diuretics and some blood pressure treatments. In many cases, it's a combination of underlying causes working together, and identifying these contributing factors is the first step toward finding relief. The good news is that many natural and supportive strategies, like specific herbal teas, can play a significant role in addressing nocturia. These teas work not only by calming the bladder, but also by reducing inflammation, soothing the nervous system, and encouraging better sleep. When chosen wisely and used appropriately, they can help reduce nighttime awakenings and restore the body's ability to rest and repair during the night. In upcoming sections of this presentation, we'll explore 3 of the most effective teas backed by traditional use and emerging science for supporting nighttime bladder health naturally without medications or invasive treatments. If you're someone who wakes up multiple times a night to urinate, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, that you don't have to accept it as an unavoidable part of life. Natural interventions, when combined with good habits, may offer meaningful relief, helping you reclaim restful nights and more energized, focused days. Herbal teas have been used for centuries in various cultures to support overall health and well-being, and their role in promoting bladder health is especially noteworthy. When it comes to addressing nocturia, or frequent nighttime urination, certain herbal teas offer specific properties that can help calm the bladder, reduce inflammation, promote gentle detoxification, and encourage restful sleep. This natural approach can be especially appealing for those who wish to avoid the potential side effects of medications or who are looking to complement their existing lifestyle strategies in a holistic and gentle manner. The human bladder is a muscular organ designed to store urine and contract only when it's appropriate to release waste. However, various factors can lead to overactivity, irritation, or weakened bladder control, resulting in frequent urges to urinate, especially at night. Herbal teas may not cure bladder problems in the strict medical sense, but they can provide functional support by soothing the urinary tract, strengthening the bladder wall, and calming nerve impulses that trigger the urge to urinate too often. One of the key ways herbal teas help is by exerting mild diuretic effects in a balanced and controlled way. While this may sound counterintuitive for someone experiencing frequent urination, it's important to understand that not all diuretics act the same. Unlike pharmaceutical diuretics that may lead to electrolyte imbalance and excessive urination, certain herbs in tea form support the kidney's natural filtration process while also calming bladder sensitivity. For example, herbs like corn silk and horsetail contain compounds that gently support urinary flow during the day while helping tone and tighten the tissues of the bladder and urethra, which may reduce leaks and urgency at night. Another important benefit of herbal teas is their anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Chronic inflammation of the bladder lining, known as interstitial cystitis in more severe cases, can cause persistent irritation and urgency. Herbs such as chamomile and marshmallow root contain bioactive compounds that help reduce irritation along the mucosal lining of the bladder and urethra. By decreasing inflammation and promoting tissue repair, these teas may reduce the triggers that prompt unnecessary bladder contractions during the night. The nervous system also plays a major role in bladder function. The urge to urinate is regulated by complex neural signals between the bladder, spinal cord, and brain. When the nervous system is overactive or stressed, often due to anxiety, poor sleep, or overstimulation, these signals can become dysregulated, causing false alarms that wake a person up unnecessarily. Herbal teas that have calming, adaptogenic, or mildly sedative effects can help balance this aspect. Teas containing ingredients like valerian, lemon balm, or chamomile can gently relax the nervous system, supporting more stable bladder signaling and reducing nocturnal awakenings. It's also important to mention the role of hydration timing and fluid absorption. Drinking herbal teas earlier in the evening can actually improve fluid regulation. Many people unknowingly consume caffeine or sugary drinks too late in the day, which can act as bladder irritants. Replacing those beverages with a warm cup of herbal tea, ideally a couple of hours before bedtime, can help flush the bladder more gently and prepare the body for rest. Moreover, many herbal blends support the lymphatic system and detox pathways, helping the body expel excess fluids more efficiently during the day, thereby reducing the pressure on the bladder at night. Safety is always a consideration when using herbs, even in tea form. It's essential to choose herbs that are well-known, time-tested, and suited for regular use. One should also be aware of any allergies, underlying medical conditions, or potential interactions with medications. However, when chosen wisely and used responsibly, herbal teas offer a gentle, non-invasive, and comforting way to support bladder health and reduce the frequency of nighttime urination. Herbal teas are more than just warm beverages. They are powerful infusions of nature's wisdom. They carry centuries of traditional knowledge, now increasingly backed by modern research, and they offer a simple yet profound way to reconnect with natural healing. For those suffering from nocturia, integrating the right herbal teas into a daily routine can become a soothing ritual, one that not only nurtures the bladder, but also calms the body, clears the mind, and encourages a deep, uninterrupted night's sleep. Corn silk tea is one of the most overlooked yet powerful natural remedies for supporting bladder health, particularly for those experiencing frequent nighttime urination. Corn silk refers to the long, silky threads that grow underneath the husk of a corn cob. While many people discard it as agricultural waste, traditional medicine systems have valued it for centuries due to its potent urinary supporting properties. When prepared as a tea, corn silk delivers a range of soothing, anti-inflammatory, and diuretic benefits that can directly support individuals dealing with nocturia. What makes corn silk particularly unique is its ability to act as a gentle diuretic without overstimulating the bladder. Most diuretics, whether natural or pharmaceutical, work by increasing the flow of urine, which may sound counterproductive when managing frequent urination. However, corn silk functions differently. It helps regulate fluid retention and supports kidney filtration in a balanced way, which encourages daytime urination while helping to stabilize the body's fluid load before nighttime. This can ease pressure on the bladder at night, reducing the chances of waking up frequently to use the bathroom. In addition to its balancing diuretic action, corn silk is rich in plant compounds that help soothe the lining of the bladder and urinary tract. These include flavonoids, allantoin, and potassium salts, all of which contribute to reducing inflammation and irritation within the urinary system. Chronic inflammation is often an underlying contributor to nocturia, especially when the bladder lining becomes hypersensitive. Corn silk tea acts as a mild anti-inflammatory, which can help calm this sensitivity and reduce the frequency of urgent nighttime trips to the bathroom. Another key benefit of corn silk tea is its mild sedative and muscle relaxing properties. These effects are not strong enough to cause drowsiness or interfere with cognition, but they are sufficient to help ease tension in the bladder muscles. Overactivity or spasms of the detrusor muscle, the muscle responsible for contracting the bladder, can lead to sudden urges to urinate, even when the bladder isn't full. By calming this muscular activity, corn silk tea supports greater bladder control and reduces nighttime urgency. Corn silk is also believed to support healthy urinary pH levels and reduce the risk of bacterial irritation. Some people who struggle with nocturia may be experiencing subclinical bladder infections or irritations caused by high acidity in the urine. By helping to alkalize the urine and flush out irritants during the day, corn silk tea prepares the bladder for a calmer, more restful night. This makes it a particularly helpful option for individuals who have a history of urinary tract discomfort or mild inflammation. Beyond the bladder, corn silk tea provides systemic benefits that indirectly support sleep and urinary stability. It is often used in traditional practices to support the adrenal glands and reduce mild fluid retention caused by stress, because chronic stress can influence hormone levels and contribute to nocturia, especially through elevated cortisol or disrupted antidiuretic hormone production. Supporting the body's stress response with herbs like corn silk can have positive ripple effects. Preparing corn silk tea is simple and safe. The silk can be used fresh or dried and is typically steeped in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes. It has a light, slightly sweet taste, making it a pleasant addition to an evening routine. Importantly, corn silk is considered non-toxic and generally well tolerated, though individuals with corn allergies should exercise caution. It's also wise to avoid high doses if taking medications for blood pressure or diabetes, as corn silk may gently lower blood sugar and blood pressure levels. For those experiencing nocturia, drinking corn silk tea earlier in the evening, about 2 to 3 hours before bed, can be an effective way to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. When combined with proper hydration timing, dietary adjustments, and calming bedtime habits, corn silk tea can become a cornerstone of a natural bladder support strategy. It offers a gentle, nourishing approach that works with the body's rhythms rather than against them, and empowers individuals to take a more proactive and peaceful role in managing their nighttime urinary health. Horsetail tea, derived from the ancient plant Equisetum arvens, has been used for thousands of years in traditional herbal medicine for its remarkable ability to support urinary health and strengthen bladder function. Recognized for its distinct reed-like appearance and rich mineral content, horsetail is often referred to as nature's bladder strengthener, and for good reason. When consumed regularly in tea form, horsetail offers a powerful yet natural way to support those struggling with nocturia, the condition characterized by frequent nighttime urination. One of the most valuable qualities of horsetail tea is its high content of silica, a natural mineral that plays a crucial role in strengthening connective tissues throughout the body, including those in the urinary system. The bladder wall is made up of muscle and connective tissue that must remain strong and elastic to function properly. When this structure becomes weakened, whether due to age, stress, chronic inflammation, or pelvic floor issues, it can lead to a loss of tone and control, increasing the likelihood of frequent urination. The silica found in Horsetail supports collagen production and tissue repair, which in turn helps restore the integrity and tone of the bladder, making it more capable of holding urine for longer periods without discomfort. In addition to strengthening tissues, Horsetail tea exhibits astringent properties. Astringents are substances that tighten and tone tissues, which is especially beneficial for individuals with a weak or overactive bladder. By gently toning the bladder muscles and reducing involuntary contractions, Horsetail helps decrease the sudden, often urgent need to urinate that is common in those with nocturia. This is particularly useful during nighttime hours, as the bladder must be able to hold urine for extended periods without sending false signals to the brain. Horsetail is also known for its mild diuretic action, which, when balanced correctly, can be a positive attribute. While some diuretics may cause increased fluid loss and stimulate more frequent urination, Horsetail acts differently. It promotes gentle urinary flow during the day, helping the body eliminate excess water and toxins, which reduces the bladder's burden overnight. This supports a healthier circadian rhythm in urinary function, urinating more during the day and less at night, thereby directly helping those affected by nocturia. Furthermore, Horsetail tea contains anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds, including flavonoids and phenolic acids, which help soothe irritation in the urinary tract. For many people with nocturia, chronic low-grade inflammation may be silently contributing to bladder sensitivity and discomfort. This inflammation can cause the bladder to become overly reactive, leading to frequent nighttime awakenings. By calming this inflammation naturally, Horsetail tea supports a more relaxed and stable bladder environment, helping reduce urgency and frequency. Another notable benefit of Horsetail is its supportive effect on the kidneys, which play a central role in regulating fluid balance and urinary output. When the kidneys are under stress, whether due to dehydration, poor diet, or chronic illness, they may not filter fluids efficiently, contributing to excess nighttime urine production. Horsetail tea acts as a gentle renal tonic, encouraging efficient filtration without overstimulation, which supports healthy urinary output during the day and less overnight activity. Horsetail also contains valuable nutrients such as potassium, calcium, and manganese, which support electrolyte balance and overall urinary function. This makes it an ideal option for individuals who are seeking a natural, mineral-rich beverage to enhance their bladder health without resorting to synthetic supplements or medications. However, it's important to use Horsetail responsibly. Due to its diuretic and mineral binding properties, long-term or excessive use can lead to nutrient depletion if not balanced with proper diet and hydration. Therefore, Horsetail tea is best consumed in moderate amounts and as part of a comprehensive approach to urinary wellness. Preparing Horsetail tea is simple. A teaspoon or two of the dried herb is steeped in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes. It has a mild, earthy flavor and can be consumed alone or blended with other urinary, supportive herbs like corn silk or chamomile. Ideally, it should be taken earlier in the evening, well before bedtime, to allow the body time to process the mild diuretic effect and reduce nighttime bladder pressure. For those suffering from nocturia, incorporating Horsetail tea into the daily routine can offer a gentle yet effective way to regain control over nighttime urination. It works not by masking symptoms, but by strengthening the structural and functional foundation of the urinary system. This natural reinforcement of bladder tissue, coupled with anti-inflammatory and renal supportive properties, allows individuals to sleep longer and more deeply without interruptions. Chamomile tea, known globally for its gentle, calming effects, is more than just a relaxing bedtime drink. When it comes to managing nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, chamomile tea offers a unique dual benefit by soothing both the nervous system and the bladder. This natural herb, derived from the dried flowers of Matricaria, chamomilla, or Chamomilum nobile, has been used in traditional medicine for centuries to promote restful sleep, reduce inflammation, and support digestive and urinary health. For individuals struggling with nighttime awakenings caused by an overactive bladder or heightened anxiety, chamomile tea can be a simple yet effective remedy. One of the core reasons chamomile tea is so beneficial for nocturia is its profound effect on the nervous system. The urge to urinate is not just a mechanical process. It's also deeply connected to neural signals between the brain, spinal cord, and bladder. When the nervous system is overstimulated or anxious, it may misfire these signals, causing the bladder to contract prematurely or sending a false sense of urgency, especially at night. This is particularly common in people who experience stress, anxiety, or restless sleep, all of which are known triggers for nocturia. Chamomile's natural sedative compounds, such as apigenin, bind to certain receptors in the brain that help initiate sleep and reduce nervous tension. By calming the mind and body, chamomile tea reduces the frequency of these misfired signals, helping the bladder remain in a relaxed state throughout the night. Chamomile is also recognized for its anti-inflammatory properties, which are important in addressing bladder irritation. Chronic low-level inflammation of the bladder lining can make the organ hypersensitive, leading to frequent urges to urinate, even when there's minimal fluid present. Chamomile contains powerful flavonoids and volatile oils that act as natural anti-inflammatories, helping to soothe irritated tissues within the urinary tract. By reducing this irritation, chamomile tea can help desensitize the bladder and promote longer periods of uninterrupted sleep. Another valuable aspect of chamomile tea is its ability to reduce muscle spasms, including those in the bladder. Muscle spasms can cause involuntary contractions of the detrusor muscle, the muscle responsible for pushing urine out of the bladder. When this muscle becomes hyperactive, whether due to neurological factors, hormonal changes, or inflammation, it can lead to nocturia. Chamomile has been shown in both traditional and clinical settings to have mild antispasmodic effects, helping to relax smooth muscle tissues throughout the body. This gentle muscle relaxing action can ease bladder spasms, allowing it to hold urine more effectively and for longer durations overnight. In addition to its urinary benefits, chamomile tea promotes deeper and higher quality sleep, which indirectly supports bladder control. When individuals enter the deeper stages of non-REM and REM sleep, the body naturally suppresses urine production through the release of antidiuretic hormone, ADH. Poor sleep or frequent nighttime awakenings can interfere with this hormone's activity, leading to increased urine output. By promoting continuous, undisturbed sleep, chamomile tea encourages the natural nighttime regulation of urine production, helping the bladder stay fuller without prompting unnecessary trips to the bathroom. Chamomile tea also provides gentle digestive support, which is sometimes overlooked in the context of nocturia. Digestive discomfort, bloating, or gas during the night can put pressure on the bladder or stimulate nerve responses that mimic the sensation of needing to urinate. By relaxing the gastrointestinal tract and reducing inflammation in the gut, chamomile can help ease this pressure and prevent misinterpreted signals from disrupting sleep. The preparation of chamomile tea is simple and accessible. It can be made using dried chamomile flowers or readily available tea bags. Steeping the flowers in hot water for about 5 to 10 minutes allows the natural oils and flavonoids to infuse fully. The tea has a naturally sweet, floral flavor and is caffeine-free, making it an ideal beverage to incorporate into an evening routine. Drinking it around 1 hour before bed allows enough time for its calming effects to take hold without contributing excess fluid too close to sleep. Chamomile is generally safe for most individuals and is tolerated even with regular use. However, those with allergies to plants in the daisy family, such as ragweed, marigolds, or daisies, should exercise caution. It's also wise to consult a healthcare provider if taking blood thinners or sedatives, as chamomile may enhance their effects. Still, for the vast majority of users, chamomile tea remains a gentle, nurturing, and non-invasive tool for improving sleep and managing nighttime urination. For individuals coping with nocturia, chamomile tea offers a comforting, natural pathway to relief. It targets two major contributors to nighttime bathroom visits: an overactive bladder and a restless mind. By supporting both simultaneously, chamomile doesn't just mask symptoms. It helps reset the body's rhythm toward more peaceful and uninterrupted sleep. When used consistently as part of a broader lifestyle approach that includes hydration timing, dietary awareness, and stress management, chamomile tea can make a significant difference in improving both bladder health and overall quality of life. When it comes to using herbal teas to support bladder health and reduce the symptoms of nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, timing, preparation, and safety are all critically important. While the teas themselves, such as corn silk, horsetail, and chamomile, offer powerful natural benefits, their effectiveness depends largely on how and when they are consumed. Knowing the best time to drink these teas, how to prepare them properly, and understanding any necessary safety considerations can significantly improve their impact and help individuals experience more restful, uninterrupted sleep. The timing of tea consumption plays a major role in managing nocturia. Since the primary goal is to reduce nighttime urination, these teas should not be consumed too close to bedtime. While it may seem logical to drink a soothing herbal tea right before sleeping, doing so can introduce additional fluid into the bladder and counteract the goal of minimizing nighttime trips to the bathroom. Instead, it is recommended to consume these teas in the early evening, preferably about 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. This allows the active compounds in the herbs to be absorbed by the body, gives the kidneys time to process the fluids, and ensures that most of the diuretic effects take place well before sleep. For example, drinking horsetail tea around 6 or 7 p.m. allows its bladder strengthening benefits to kick in during the evening hours while minimizing fluid retention overnight. It's also wise to limit total fluid intake after a certain point in the evening, generally about 1 hour before sleep. Even if you are drinking bladder supportive teas, consuming large quantities of liquid late at night can increase bladder pressure and the likelihood of waking up. Therefore, herbal tea should be part of a broader hydration strategy throughout the day, staying well hydrated during daylight hours, and then gradually tapering down as bedtime approaches. Preparation of these teas is also key to unlocking their full potential. Each herb has its own optimal method of steeping, and following proper guidelines ensures you're receiving the maximum therapeutic value. Corn silk tea is usually made by adding 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried corn silk to a cup of hot water and letting it steep for about 10 to 15 minutes. Horsetail tea is typically prepared using dried stems. These should be steeped for a similar duration but may benefit from a slightly longer infusion time to extract the plant's rich silica content. Chamomile, being delicate, only needs about 5 to 10 minutes of steeping to release its calming oils and flavonoids. Using a cover over the cup while steeping helps retain the essential oils, many of which are responsible for the therapeutic effects of the herbs. Always use freshly boiled water, and consider using a tea infuser or natural muslin bag to avoid ingesting loose plant matter, especially with fibrous herbs like horsetail. Beyond brewing technique, consider the quality of the herbs being used. Opt for organically sourced non-GMO herbal teas to avoid chemical residues, especially since these teas are being used daily for health support. Loose leaf teas often provide better quality and potency compared to commercial tea bags, which can sometimes contain lower-grade plant material or fillers. When it comes to safety, it's important to remember that although herbal teas are natural, they are not free from potential interactions or side effects. Most people can enjoy corn silk, horsetail, and chamomile without any issues, especially when used in moderation. However, there are a few important precautions. Corn silk may lower blood sugar or blood pressure slightly, so individuals on related medications should monitor their levels and consult with a healthcare provider. Horsetail contains small amounts of compounds that can deplete thiamine, a vitamin B1, over time if used excessively, so it should be cycled, perhaps used for a few weeks followed by a short break. Chamomile, while extremely gentle, should be avoided by individuals allergic to plants in the daisy or ragweed family, and it may mildly interact with blood thinners or sedatives due to its natural blood thinning and calming properties. Pregnant or breastfeeding individuals should also consult a qualified health professional before introducing any new herbs, as even mild teas can sometimes affect hormonal or muscular activity. Children, too, should only use these teas under professional guidance, as their systems are more sensitive. Lastly, consistency matters. Herbal teas often produce their best results when used regularly over time, rather than expecting immediate changes after a single cup. While some individuals may notice improvements in sleep and bladder control within the first few nights, others may need to incorporate the teas for several weeks before experiencing significant benefits. Combining tea use with healthy sleep hygiene, bladder-friendly dietary choices, and reduced intake of stimulants or irritants like caffeine and alcohol can further enhance results. In conclusion, managing frequent nighttime urination, commonly known as nocturia, does not always require complex interventions or strong medications. Nature offers us simple yet powerful solutions in the form of herbal teas, and by understanding how to use them correctly, many people can experience meaningful relief. Throughout this presentation, we explored 3 of the most effective herbal teas for supporting bladder health and promoting uninterrupted sleep: corn silk tea, with its gentle diuretic and anti-inflammatory properties; horsetail tea, known for strengthening the bladder and supporting connective tissue integrity; and chamomile tea, valued for calming both the nervous system and the bladder to reduce nighttime urgency. What's truly powerful about these natural remedies is their ability to address multiple aspects of nocturia, from bladder irritation and muscle spasms to nervous tension and poor sleep quality. When consumed at the right time, in appropriate amounts, and with awareness of individual health needs, these teas can become part of a restorative nightly routine that promotes better sleep and improved urinary control. However, it's important to remember that everyone's body is different. While herbal teas can offer significant support, persistent or worsening symptoms should always be discussed with a qualified healthcare professional to rule out underlying conditions that may require medical attention. The information shared in this video is intended to support your wellness journey and should not replace personalized medical advice. By combining these herbal approaches with healthy hydration habits, stress reduction, and good sleep hygiene, you're not just treating a symptom. You're nurturing your body in a way that promotes balance, calm, and natural healing. So if nocturia has been robbing you of restful sleep, consider giving these herbal teas a try. They may offer the peace and relief you've been searching for, all while supporting your body gently, safely, and naturally. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like this video, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more natural health insights. Your wellness is worth investing in, one cup at a time.